Greetings, friends, from West Rutland and from all around the globe, really. This is a channel where I'd like to share music with everyone, but specifically the students that I miss being in contact with on a daily basis at my home school. My name is Mr. Hampton, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about following your dreams and share with you a little bit about my dream and make some music for you, too. I knew from about 4th or 5th grade that I wanted to be a music teacher. I wanted to teach and share music and make music, along with being really wanting to be a veterinarian, of course, which is also a very noble job. And don't forget, no matter if you're a veterinarian or a swimmer or a musician, a mathematician, it all takes so much work. And I know I've talked to a lot of my students about what they want to do and their dreams and their goals. And I know that you can do anything, and you can do your goals, and you can complete those goals as long as you work really, really hard. And for me, the things that I love most really aren't that hard. I love making videos for you. I love making music for you and with you and together. In fact, none of that ever feels like work, even though this is my job, which is incredible, not to feel like I'm working. To choose to be here in my space making music for you, even when I can't be with you in person, is fun for me and important for me. And I'm glad that you found your way here. And I just wanted to share just a little bit of history here. There's my family, or part of my family. That's my dad and my little brother Luke and my older brother Joe. And right there, that little guy in the bucket hat, Tasmanian devil, that's Mr. Hampton. That's me in 3rd grade. And it was right about then, near the end of 3rd grade, where my band teacher, where I grew up in Connecticut, had the 7th and 8th grade band students show us all the instruments in the band that we could learn in 4th grade. Just like in West Rutland, we got to learn to play a band instrument in 4th grade. And it was so exciting. All the instruments came out the day we sat down in the cafeteria, and one by one the students played their instruments. Let's see if you can name a couple. The one that goes like this, it's very loud. They played the trombone. The one that toots pretty loud and you gotta go, and there's the buttons or the valves. There's only 3 of them. What's that called? A trumpet, right? Yes, very good. And how about it's silver in most cases, and you off to the side here, it's very beautiful. The flute. Yes, very good. And how about a left hand on top? Oh, yes. How about get a good posture. A clarinet. And of course, we can't forget, what's this instrument? The drums, right? But one instrument in particular came out. It was this one here. And when I first heard it, I fell in love. I knew I wanted to play this instrument. Can you name this instrument here? It's called a saxophone. Yes, if you've got saxophone, you might be able to name even specifically what type of saxophone. Just like in my family, there are different Hamptons, Joe Hampton and Luke Hampton, my brothers. I'm Mr. Hampton. We're related, but we're not the same. We sound different and are different, and every instrument is part of a family that has different brothers and sisters and relatives. So this is one type of saxophone of many, and it's the one that I fell in love with. It's called the tenor saxophone. And most of my 4th grade students start off on the alto saxophone, which is a little bit smaller, and I have that actually right here, standing by. And you might be able to see, if I put them both on my knee here, and I can't get them both in the frame, but you can tell that the alto saxophone is much smaller than the tenor saxophone by quite a bit. So what do you think that means? What do you think? How does the alto saxophone right here sound compared to the tenor saxophone right here? What do you think? Remember what we've talked about, big instruments making what type of sound, and small instruments making what type of sound. If you thought that the alto saxophone would make a higher sound than the tenor saxophone because it's smaller, you'd be right. Yeah. So I chose the tenor saxophone to play, and it was so hard. Oh boy. I didn't want to practice because it was so difficult, and who wants to work and do something that's you don't feel like you sound good at. Luckily, I was from a musical family, and I had support of great teachers And through help with my family at home, they helped me find time to practice and play the things that my teacher was suggesting. Even though, I don't know if you knew this about me, Mr. Hampton, I was pretty active and I had a lot of energy. And, it was hard for me to focus when I was younger. And my band teacher didn't really think that I'd be very good and suggested actually that I stopped. And I'm really glad that my dad and my mom encouraged my band teacher to rethink that choice, because without being supported to play some music, I don't think I would have the gift that I have today to share with you. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And so I just wanted you to know you should follow your dreams. I knew very long ago that I wanted to play music in a local band, which I do. I love being a band leader and making music for the community. And I wanted to be a teacher. And it's so much fun to do that. So I thought I'd share a little bit of music for you on my saxophone. By no means do I think I'm a professional or do I have any sights of being famous. I make music for me and for you and the community because it feels good for me and it feels good for those around us. And so mistakes and all, I'm proud to present music. And I know that learning is a lifelong goal. And so I always hope through my own practice and my own work with my teacher, that's right, I have a teacher, that I can get better and better at my saxophone. And I never ever have to stop getting better at it, which is really exciting. One of my favorite saxophone players, and parents' permission before going online, my favorite saxophone player's name is Sonny Rollins. Sonny, S-O-N-N-Y, Rollins, R-O-L-L-I-N-S. And he was my inspiration to be a great saxophone player. And he's got some great old music that I really find wonderful. And anyway, he wrote this song. It's about a jar of peanut butter called Doxy. I hope you enjoy it while I play it for you. And this will maybe be what it sounds like if you were to hear my band playing. thank you for stopping by my channel. Let me play some tenor saxophone for you in the style of jazz by the great saxophone player Sonny Rollins, a tune called Doxy. It's one of my favorite songs. It's a short melody that I memorized, and then in between I just made notes up. So I got to show you the saxophone as I was moving my fingers up and down, just making things up, little ideas, and it brings me so much joy to do that. And some days I feel great about my ideas, and some days I wish I could be better. And that's all about the artistic process, and it's okay to make mistakes. I make 100 mistakes a day, and that's how I get better. We learn from those mistakes. So I want to thank you so much. Follow your dreams. Share with me what your dream is. And I'd love to continue working with you on your instrument. So make sure to sign up for lessons with me. Especially if you're a West Side student, you get one a week. So let's be in touch. All right. Until next time, folks, Mr. Hampton's out.